What's up, everyone, and welcome to your microtransaction. That's kind of
welcome
to your microtransaction. You're a part of this just as much as we are. I like to think so. The Patreons, the subscribers, you name it, all of you beautiful people out there. Thank you. My name is Liquid, and joining me today, I have the Cuban coffee connoisseur, Chris. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Honestly, he calls me, but this was his purchase. This was Liquid's call.
Yeah, so let me give you guys something, because we used to always do these podcasts. Well, you know, we used to be on the computer.
Remote.
We would do it, yeah, remote, exactly. Now we're in the same room. You know, we can see the same things. We can breathe the same air. You know what I'm saying? And so it's nice. It's really nice. Yeah. But one of the things that we started doing unintentionally, I would say, because I'm a person of I'm a creature of habit. That's what I was looking for. Yes, I'm a creature of habit. I don't like change, right? So I usually buy Captain Morgan. You know, that's how I let loose on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Throw a little Captain Morgan with some Coke in there, and just, you know, get a little wild, and so, you know, just sip it a little bit. But ever since Chris started coming over, it's been feeling obligated, and I think this was more Chris's idea than mine, actually, to just try different things. So we've been buying different stuff here. Last week we talked about this bottle with the Jaguar on it. I think it was called like Jerky something.
No, it's Sailor Jerry.
Sailor Jerry.
There's not a Jaguar or jerky on it.
There was a Jaguar. Yes, it was a Jaguar with an apple in his mouth.
Oh, you're right.
There was a picture of a Jaguar, but yes, it's called Sailor Jerry. Was the name of it, and it was delicious. Now we decided to try something new, and I think we're gonna do this every so often. We're gonna buy some new alcohol and just try it out. I think we'll buy it probably when we run out. I don't know. I mean, we're already killing this one a little bit, but anyways. So I'm gonna let you all know. Hopefully, maybe I could get a little zoom in here. Hopefully, but we got Miami Club. It's Cuban coffee rum liquor. Now, we usually record at night. Today we decided to record a little bit in the day here, but yeah, it's Cuban coffee. It's only 28% alcohol, 56 proof, but man, this stuff is really good. Like, I don't like cold coffee, but this stuff really hits. It tastes like the Starbucks Frappuccino, the chilled Frappuccinos that they sell in the stores, but just with a little spike in it. It's really nice.
Yeah, honestly, like, this was Liquid's call, and I was like, look, if you don't like it, I also bought Captain Morgan's private stock. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we have both. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And then this just turned out to be delicious. And I think this is a perfect, like, a nice drink not to get drunk to. It's not overly strong, and it's like, it just tastes nice.
Yeah.
And we chilled it, not knowing that it's probably better that way.
Yeah, I recommend everywhere. Just throw it in the freezer and just sip on it, man. It's really good.
Yeah, we're drinking it straight.
Yeah, it's a little bit of ice cubes in there. It smells delicious, and it tastes even better.
Yeah, if you like Cuban coffee and alcohol, boy, we got the drink for you.
Yeah, this is
not sponsored. It's just yummy.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna help. Like, man, this sounds gross. It sounds disgusting. And now that I've tried it, I'm like, dude, I want a cigar with this thing.
You know, before we get into our major topic, you know, something that I had the same experience with. The first time I ever heard of bananas and peanut butter.
Oh.
When people cutting up peanut butter and putting or bananas and cutting it up on peanut butter.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? That sounds disgusting. Now, if I see something, anything, like a smoothie, bro, there's a banana peanut butter smoothie, I'm all over that. That supersedes everything.
I think at one point that did sound weird to some people. You see, I first heard of that watching the Muppet Babies. And you know, Gonzo, he's a little weird, he's a little out there. So Gonzo liked peanut butter and banana sandwiches, and I was just like, man, that sounds gross. And then one day I was just a little kid, I went to the kitchen, decided to make a little peanut butter sandwich. I wasn't a fan of jelly. I'm not a fan of jelly. I just like peanut butter by itself. So, which is weird, but I decided to throw a little, you know, I had bananas, started slicing little bananas, and my mom's like, what are you doing? You know, I'm just this little kid I'm like, Mom, making a peanut butter banana sandwich. She thought it was the weirdest thing. Told her where I got it from, and it tasted really good. I'm like, whoa, this is really good.
Yo, Gonzo, my boy Gonzo?
Yeah, he put me on.
He gets it.
He put me on. He really did. Oh man. But hey, enough about that. We talked enough about what's going on, about what we're drinking, about what, you know, what kind of food we're making. Let's get into some games. Let's talk about some video games, right? Because this is not the extra episode. This is a.
We started this off like an extra.
Yeah,
episode.
we sure did.
If you like a little bit of that, go on our Patreon, and you can get more of that goodness.
Yeah, for just $1, you'll be able to enjoy the videos are just us talking about, just talking shit, essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when we talk about games, I have a question for Chris. So Chris, before Microsoft decided to buy the world, right? Before PlayStation decided to get in bed with Bungie.
Oh yeah.
Get inside that Bungie bed.
It's bouncy.
Yeah, before all that, Xbox One was in a terrible place. Last generation. But they started turning it around towards the end, I would even say. And it all started with backwards compatibility, I feel like. You know, they were the first ones to be like, hey, yeah, backwards compatibility. Your original Xbox games, you throw it in there, you download the digital copy, and as long as you have your physical copy in the console, you could play it. Or if you own it digitally, you can still play it, which was cool. I remember, dude, I used to go to GameStop or pawn shops or anything like that because I had my Xbox One. I didn't really give it as much love as I gave the PS4, and we all know why. Yeah, we know why.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that here, but I was like, you know, I want to play my Xbox One right now. So like, what do they got good? I didn't like a lot of the first party stuff. I'm like, I played a lot of Halo, but let me see. Oh, they have the backwards compatibility. I know the original Xbox, even Xbox 360. I missed a lot of games on these consoles, and so I decided to, you know, I started to pull out my phone, looked at the backwards compatibility list. What's out here? You know, and then I went to the pawn shop to see, oh, is this game on there? Is this game? And I found a few, I'd call them gems even, that I'm like, whoa, this is really cool. Like Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon, I know that's when, like Microsoft, they decided to try to get more into the Japanese market, get more of that audience. And they decided to get, who's the artist who does Dragon Ball Z?
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, they got Akira Toriyama. He did the artwork for Blue Dragon, and so they decided to come up with this RPG called Blue Dragon, and it didn't hit the way they wanted to, but it is a great game. I still think it's a great game, and I would love for them to remake that. But that's not the question here. The question here is backwards compatibility. Do we still need it now? You know, we see Xbox buying out studios to sort of make what essentially is going to be 1 to 2 AAAs a month is how it's looking here. But again, it all started with backwards compatibility. Is that still important nowadays?
I think, if anything, this is the great last breath of the backwards compatible and people actually caring about it. Because of the panoramic.
Yep.
And games being constantly delayed. As of watching this, it should have been like a week ago, where Gotham Knights or the Suicide Squad got delayed till next year. Yeah, just not even playing around with a fall date. Just straight up next year, not even close, guys. And that it's letting you. We've been in this constant state of games being pushed back, pushed forward, blah 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 blah.
And they even showed us gameplay. That's what's so crazy.
And oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they showed us gameplay and everything.
And just to show that just how the state of the world is. I'm gonna say the last 3 years have been the years of the backlog, where you will find time to hit something up that you haven't done already. And boy, I don't know about you, but I am enjoying it.
I agree. Like, well, like you said, I think it's a great time. 2021, I used it to play Hades. I used it to play. I played a little bit of Psychonauts.
Boy, did we have fun with Hades.
Yeah, and that was a game that came out, I think, 1 or 2 years prior to that, or maybe it was
came out the year before.
Oh, was it the year before? What else? There was another game though besides Hades that I liked a lot too that came out a year or 2 before. Totally forgot what it was. Doesn't matter. But yeah, like you said, it was like the year of the backlog. Even now, I still like. You know what game I'm running through right now? Dead Space 2. I'm running through it on.
Yeah, you haven't been playing that.
I've been playing that on PC. I totally miss it. Like every time I start it, like last night I finally got past the part I always stopped at. So I'm like, oh, so I think it's like it's gonna happen. I'm gonna complete this game.
Uncharted territory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I totally am. And it's been fun. I do love. If there's one thing I gotta give PC credit for, it's playing old games with modern hardware, and it makes the games look and feel way better than when they first came out. Like I'm playing, so my monitor goes up to 144 hertz, but I've always played everything in 120. Because that's usually what everything supports. But this is the first game. Now I got my 3060 graphics card, thanks to Dylan. And this game runs at the full 144. There's like no problems. It's all high res. I'm like, holy, like this looks better than it did when it came out on what 360.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So but I'm having a blast with it. It just brings a whole new life.
Is not Uncharted. Is Dead Space have FPS boost on it? Do you know for the Xbox?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'd imagine that it would.
Yeah, because I was also thinking about doing what you were doing, like eventually if I get there, but where like maybe hitting some of these FPS boost games through the Xbox. As we know, I'm a Nexus boy, and
into the Nexus.
And honestly, the Xbox is I feel like leading the market in backwards compatibility. And that's saying something. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, because of PlayStation. I'm like, no. Because even Nintendo.
Go ahead.
So like I think Xbox is like really like, hey, you love these games. Here's this game. We don't care about the games. We just want you to play on them. Yeah. And I've been appreciating it. It's like I kind of missed a little bit. Like there's a couple years I would like during last console generation I just didn't play games. So I'm catching up and stuff like that. Like last night I downloaded the Star Wars because your boy's been watching Boba Fett, and Star Wars it's like every time I get out they suck me back in, bro. And that's where I'm at. I'm like, bro, I need to wield a lightsaber. What's up? So I will be going through Star Wars
Jedi Fallen Order. I haven't even started it yet. I have it downloaded. I was gonna start it today, maybe tomorrow morning. You know, we're gonna play around a little bit with it. Yeah, look, keep us posted. That's gonna be a blast. I think you're gonna have fun with that game. And yeah, like I'm a big fan of backwards compatibility. Obviously, when it comes to, I have a retro collection in the closet right next to us. Yeah, knock on wood. And yeah, even just some of the stuff I have up here, it's all Metal Gear, mostly Metal Gear stuff that's on this shelf here. But I love backwards compatibility. We know PlayStation, one of their ideas for Spartacus, one of the tiers was supposed to have not backwards compatibility, but supposed to bring PlayStation PSP and PS1 through PS4, I guess, to PS5. Well, we already got PS4, so I guess PS1 through PS3. But so that has me excited because I do want to play some of those old games. And if the thing is that, like you said, that FPS boost makes, I feel like, all the difference. I don't see PlayStation doing that, like just putting in that extra work. But to give credit, or I guess I know you mentioned Nintendo, they tried to do the whole backwards compatibility,
and nailed it,
and fell straight on their face.
Oh, what?
But there has been an update. I don't know if you.
I heard about it.
Okay.
Have you?
I haven't bothered trying it, but people say that like Ocarina of Time specifically, because that game was running like shit, looks a lot better and feels a lot better. So, maybe they turned it around. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But me personally, I think it still is important. I don't think it's a priority to a lot of people, and it's not the biggest. It's not like the biggest problem or the biggest problem to solve, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I think it's definitely worth having, just because if there's one thing I can't stand, it's old games that are trapped on a console and you can't play them now.
Oh, Peace Walker.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's games out there that are just like you want to play them in like modern day hardware and you just can't. That's why I do like PC. I do like that PC offers that. You know what I'm saying?
I make jokes about PC all the time, and it's mostly my friend Justin's expense. All right, but you have to understand PC's dumb. Can't stress that enough. But they do good. They do some good things. You know, a broken clock is right twice a day.
It sure
is.
You
know what I'm saying? I know you guys are up here updating your drivers and clicking your mouses and doing your taxes, but I'm talking about real gaming consoles. And when you go to gaming consoles, you're talking about the Xbox. And just the power, you know, even PlayStation, they do good things.
Yeah.
Hopefully Spartacus brings the wealth of the first party experience. So it makes it, what I want with Spartacus more than anything, sure, I would like it to be more Game Pass. Do I see that happening? No, because I don't think they really care. No. All right, and that's a whole other conversation we can have, but I want to keep it on the backwards compatible. Because what PlayStation has, and I feel like it is on par with Nintendo, their first party history is awesome, and I want them not to shy away, because I feel like sometimes they get ashamed of certain franchises. Like it's like they won't talk about Resistance at all, like it never happened.
Yeah, that's weird.
And like if the franchise that came and went, they just don't talk about it.
Right.
They can't. No. And they're like, no, these are good games. Sure, they didn't like they moved on, but I'm like, there are still great games. And I'm like, it would be great to have like a world where me and Liquid were just out here co-oping some Resistance. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hell
that'd
yeah.
be hella fun.
Hell yeah.
And like playing Infamous 1.
Yeah. Hell
you
yeah.
know, with Cole back at it again, making, you know, what's right, what's wrong, you know, how we're gonna deal with this world. Liberty City, you know, like there's.
Wait, is it Liberty City?
Yeah, it's Liberty City's the first one. Yeah, it's not New York.
It's whoa. Is it? The thing is that because Grand Theft Auto is also called Liberty City.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, their version of New York is Liberty City. There's Vice City.
I could be wrong.
Vice City is Miami.
Now
San
I feel
Andreas,
subconscious.
Liberty City. Is it? Fuck.
I think it is Liberty
I think it
City.
starts with an L for sure though, but I don't know if it's Liberty City or not.
Maybe I'm
Wait,
wrong.
was it?
I am a Nexus boy, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay. In the comments, let me know the answer.
Damn.
But you know, you have all these great games, and like that's just a PS3. You know, what if you want to go through all the God of Wars? You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Hell
and
yeah.
even the ones that were on the PSP Vita coming up on it. By the time of this recording by the time this releases, Vita has been out for 10 years. It's been a decade.
Yeah, Vita. We got the Vita. It's a little dusty, but it's here. We got the Vita. It's still hooked up. It still turns on. By the way, this is a launch Vita. This is the OLED screen. All right, you boys can't get these anymore. I mean, you can't really get any Vita anymore. Think about it. Yeah. Oh, what do we got? Oh, yeah, still playing Tamba. You know what I'm saying?
Still playing Tamba.
Got a little Persona background. Nice.
Yeah, but it's in the mic. It should.
Hopefully, it's picking up.
Hopefully, it doesn't get copyrighted.
That's enough of that.
But yeah, you see, like, PlayStation has so much, and like, Uncharted. What is it? Not Lost Legacy. What's the game that came out for Vita?
Golden Abyss.
Like, there is probably a huge like fan base of Uncharted fans who never played the game because they just didn't have
And
Vita.
Golden Abyss was really good. That's the crazy thing, is that it was really good. And it was actually, and it wasn't even made by Naughty Dog. That was made by, I think it was Sony Bend.
Get the fuck
The
out
people
of
who make
town.
Days Gone, if I'm not mistaken, made Golden Abyss. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm right. But that was the big thing, because like that was the last game they made, and it took them so long to make Days Gone. It was like, what are you guys doing? You know what I'm saying? So, and then yeah.
See what I'm saying? Just like these wealth of games that Sony has, and they have a rich history.
Yeah.
And I feel like they don't lean into it enough. They're always like, I feel like they're always doing what's hot and fresh, but
Yes.
never like Nintendo. Their entire mantra is like, hey, remember the games you loved when you were a kid? Well, there's new ones of them now, bro.
Right.
We're not gonna come out with anything new. But
No.
like, bro, what was the last new thing they came out with? Is the paintball game?
Splatoon?
Splatoon.
No, they came out with ARMS after that, which didn't really hit. Do you remember that?
There's not even a second ARMS. You can't say that. There's
Oh,
been
okay.
multiple Splatoons.
Yeah, at least Splatoon's coming
I'm
out.
talking about new franchise.
I got you. So we're making, because yeah, they're making a Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be the newest one that has multiple
I would
installments.
say Splatoon's the last new IP that Nintendo's tried to push forward.
Okay. Yeah,
And like you think about, like, wasn't that like in the Wii U era? Like kinda.
it was. It was
Yeah.
Splatoon started on Wii U.
Yeah. So you're like, what are you talking about, Chris? I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah.
Splatoon.
Splatoon 1 and 2 were both on the Wii U, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, Splatoon 2 wasn't Switch. My bad.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But like, to let you know, like, that's what I would like to see from Sony, because I think Xbox, they're just like, please play us now, play us wherever you want. How do you want to play the game? We'll get there. Don't worry about it. And PlayStation, I just feel like they're almost embarrassed of their own rich history, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, you can see. I see what you're saying, and yeah, they're like you said, it's kind of like the whole what's hot and fresh right now, like the new thing. You know, they're like they don't go backwards almost. I mean, they do once in a while. That was more for the PS3, I think, because PS4 they didn't do it. Besides maybe Medieval, Crash Bandicoot, but that was more like on the Activision side with Spyro, along with Spyro. But yeah, no, you're right. They don't really go back to, which I would love them to.
Yeah.
I want them to, like,
make us a fan of the ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm gonna say, and I know we talk about backwards compatible, and I think we should. I think backwards compatible is good, especially for new gamers who want to have like a little, because we've all been there. We're like, I like gaming.
Yeah.
Let me play some more games. Let me learn. If you're watching this, you are definitely a fan of gaming, and I would say more the side of hardcore.
Yeah.
So when we talk about backwards compatible, I'm sure you guys are like they were with us, like, oh man, to appreciate the future, to appreciate the Naughty Dogs and the Spider-Mans and all these things. Let's look back. Let's look back at it like the old superhero games when we didn't have it so good.
Oh.
Remember but like, what a game I would love to replay if it could somehow happen? Wolverine Origins. There was such a like no one saw it coming.
Yeah, no, it's so funny you mentioned that, because I remember going to GameStop, because I totally missed the ball on that, because that was a time where superhero games were like, you playing a superhero game, dude? So yeah, I remember X-Men Origins came out, and I'm like, this was before, not Logan, the one before that, the Wolverine, I think it was that movie. They made like a top 10 like best Wolverine games, and that was like the top of the list was that, and like, whoa, what, are they serious? I'm like, totally didn't. They're like, oh, and it's rated R. I'm like, what? And so like, let me go back and play this game, and yeah, I actually bought it. I still have it. I played it. It's fucking great. It's a great game. I think it's a little too long, but still great. You know what game I would like to play, and I don't think it's as good as the Wolverine game, but Captain America: First Avenger. I've always wanted to play, like, I played the demo, I think, to it, and it's like I always wanted to go back and play that game. It's not as good as I think X-Men Origins Wolverine is, but I still would love to see like that with a fresh coat of paint. Yeah, dude, that got a game. Iron Man had a game, and they just like came and went. Then after that, they were like, oh, we don't sell on consoles anymore, only mobile. Like all the superhero games just started going to mobile now, like
Switch. Well, they have the new game coming out. Oh man, I forgot the name of it. It's escaping me. But it's another superhero. But I think superhero games are back on the rise.
No, yeah, absolutely. Especially after Spider-Man from PlayStation. Avengers, even though it didn't do good, but it still had that name. You know what I'm saying? Guardians of the Galaxy, they had that game came out. What else? I mean, hell, even Iron Man VR was a thing. Yeah. So. Yeah,
and obviously we're thinking all Avengers and stuff, but obviously the Batman games, all of Arkham series.
Yeah, all the Arkham games, like we were mentioning earlier, Suicide Squad is supposed to be coming. So
Gotham Knights.
Yeah, they're definitely on the rise. They're back, which is awesome. We forget that Switch had even Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
And I played it with Andreas and Lewis. Like it was a game we were like ran together, and it's funny because Andreas does a thing where he's playing as all the characters, and I'm playing as Captain America.
Really? See, yeah, I would just play as Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Like that's literally all I would play as. So yeah, like I was just so funny because I've always wanted to. I never owned the game. I always like I played it, but I've never owned it myself.
We all chipped in and bought it together.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you just played on one console, I guess.
Yeah, we just played in the same room together.
Yeah, you see, that's cool, man. That's what it's about. That's what you really want. So maybe I'll pick it up one day.
Yeah, but like, hey, I'll play it with you. If you need a Captain America, I'm your boy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but getting backwards compatible. Like, if anything, I'm arguably on this podcast, I'm gonna say one of the biggest backwards compatible fans because I've been playing the same game for the last 20 years, Halo. Like, if you really think about it, I've been playing Halo for so long.
Right.
And like the game came out in 2007, like before Halo Infinite came out, I was playing the damn thing. It's like 14 years old, and I'm like, just like it was yesterday.
Yeah, no, and every once in a while I would join you and play some online. No, it's great, but I think that's what Xbox does is they don't mind bringing these series back. You know what I'm saying? Or like we said, give it an FPS boost. I feel like that goes a long way. Yeah. And the more you have that, the more it incentivizes people to go back and play it. Granted, is it a little work maybe on the back end? You know what I'm saying? Maybe some people have to do that and those resources or whatnot. But I don't know, man. I do think it makes a big difference. I would love a remake of, like, not even just remake, but just like play Metal Gear Solid, for example. You know what I'm saying? If I could replay that with like more modern hardware and stuff like that, like that would be so sick.
It could just even get an FPS boost.
Yeah.
If it could get smoothed out a little bit, oh my god. And another thing too is, especially for the Metal Gear franchise, man, if they could just uniform it, like, hey, get the like, you know what, like how Avengers has, like, you can buy all like 22 movies.
Yeah.
Like, what if they put out a super pack where you could buy the entire but you sell it as a massive bundle for like $300, and it comes with art books and soundtracks, and it does the whole thing. But you make it seem like a collection, an experience, and you curate it this way. You see that, like, and like honestly, and like Konami, like, hey, here's $5 for the next pink pachinko machine, or whatever the heck, you know, like it could make a new audience fall in love all over again. And that is the thing with backwards compatible, because it makes people, like, it's like there's people that play Gears of War 5. I'm gonna use Gears of War, that have never played Gears of War 1.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they went back, and there was like an updated version, and a lot of people like, oh, I never played these, like, because they were younger.
I'm sure they feel awesome now. Like, like they probably play really good now because they got an FPS boost, right?
Yeah, they got an FPS.
Yeah, I'm
boost.
sure.
There's an HD remake, Coalition, just putting out quality content over there.
Nice.
But you know, like, you have to remember, like, oh man, I remember that when I was younger. But then, like, it's also for the new kids who want to play something. And remember, because now there's video game bougyists. They're like, oh, you've never played Final Fantasy VII on the original PS1, and they're like 14. Like, yo, dude, you weren't alive. What are you talking about?
Dude, that's so funny you mentioned, especially the Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy VII, for example. I just recently went back to that, like, I would say with last 2 years or something, and I went back to play the original because, like, I played the remake. And the original I've always played, I got to the ending, just never beat it. And like, now I finally beat it. I even got like platinumed it, and it was a blast. Like, if anything, okay. And I'm glad you brought up Final Fantasy, because I think Square Enix does that really good. They don't have a choice though. Yeah, I guess you're right. But like, they bring out these games, and essentially they come out with like cheats, essentially, which I think is awesome, because like if there's one thing that I can't really do as much as I used to as a kid, is kind of put 100 hours into an RPG. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just so you can't really do it now, right?
You can't mentally justify that kind of thing anymore, or as an adult.
Yeah, you just can't. So the fact that like Square Enix allows me to put like ×3 speed when I'm just like fucking hauling ass, I think that's great. That's fantastic. I could put my health just 100%, like I'll just, you know, like you're God mode, level. Invincible, and I'll have like unlimited, like my limit break. I'll have unlimited of that. Yeah, they just let you do that, so you can just get through it faster if you just want to listen to the story. Cool, man. Yes, and I'm like, yes, I would love more of that in all of their Final Fantasy games. So I love that they do that. Like you said, they probably have no choice, but hey, that's fine, because I'm here for that. Yeah, I think backwards compatible. You know, I'm gonna say it's good for the culture. That's how I'm gonna end it by saying it's good for the culture. It is. It really is. For gaming, we have a rich history, and as stewards, mean liquid of the. I was about to say my name's not Stewart at all. But we're stewards of gaming. That. You know, we need backwards compatibility. It's a necessity, because we need to look back. Right. And saying that, we also need a brand new Legends of Dragoon. Am I right, my guy? Man. Am I right, my guy? You had to go there, didn't you? I had a dream that I could fly. Dude, if Legend of Dragoon came with like an up-res, I feel like we always talk about... shit my whole dick. I did shit my whole dick if that happened, dude. Are you kidding me? Bro, I would shit, I can't stress it enough, my whole dick. I'm sorry, dude. That threw me off. I thought you were going to go with brick, and you just straight up pulled out the dick. Nope. Oh, man. If Legend of Dragoon made an up-res version, I would be stoked. I don't know if I'd be shitting dicks, but I'd be stoked. You wouldn't need to shit enough dicks for the both of us, my guy. My man just snorted. My man just snorted in real time. Woo! Oh, Jesus. Yeah, dude. I would love it. I would love it. That's all I do. So yes, bring that to Spartacus. Make that priority, dude. Yeah, I want to see Dart. I want to hit him. I want to hear that volcano or that double slash. Yeah, 100%, dude. Volcano! Yeah, dude. That's great. Oh, man. Let's see here. I'm going to tell me. I guess we're wrapping up. Chris, anything else you have for the kids regarding backwards compatibility or anything else? I shit a whole dick. All right, well, I'm going to leave you all per usual. Love each other. Take care. But above all else, just be cool. We'll see you next time. This has been a microtransaction.